You are listening to Unravel with Natly Denise.
What's up, guys? I hope you had a Merry Christmas, and I don't know why this is doing this once again. Let me see if I can transform it. Okay, it looks a little better. Okay, so I hope you guys had a Merry Christmas and nice weekend. I hope you guys enjoyed it with your family. I did. I slept a lot, to be honest. I really just laid back, and I just really relaxed the entire weekend, and I slept in a lot. It was much needed. And I hope you guys had the same. And as well as it's been very eventful in the last couple days. And, you know, I'm going to utilize my podcast to talk on this, right? Because I just had to publish this statement video. And I wish I didn't have to do this. You know, I really wish I didn't have to address slander. And many people, well, I'll give you guys a background story, you know, just so you have it. But there have been two major perpetrators, you know, in the Patriot community that have really gone really nasty over people. They have accused them of the most horrendous stuff. I mean, horrendous shit, you know, like, and they're doing it all based on loose digs, you know, oh, look at this triangle or this circle or whatever. And like, look at this book that this guy wrote or his photo shoot and all these things. And it's like, guy, like, these are not like concrete digs. Like, you can't slander somebody off of a loose dig like that. And this is exactly what they've been doing to the community this entire time. And I've sat by idly to watch it happen. That is my fault because they've come after other people, friends of mine. And, you know, many people were afraid to go against these people. And see, here's the thing. Only recently did it escalate because there was, okay, there's so much to the story, right? There's just so much. Firstly, it's like it's on the Flynn and Lynn beef that I don't even really fully understand what's going on. But at one point, these two and their harem, they decided that anybody who disagrees with them, they're going after. And they are really just weaponizing their following, and they're going to just go after everybody who doesn't agree. And if you don't agree with them, you're a shill. And like that thinking shouldn't exist, right? Like, we should be able to disagree on viewpoints and still respect each other. But this is not the case with these people. So naturally it progressed. You know, people would share their viewpoint. People would be too afraid to go against them, to speak out against them, all these things. And eventually, you know, it came to a point where, you know, they started turning their eyes on me and started doing these loose digs, once again, going into my private information, my old Facebook from like years ago, and just pulling up random screenshots, random photos that I took with my friends, random photos of my travels, random photos of my past makeup products. And they have really, really went in on, you know, trying to accuse me of really slanderous bullshit. And here's the thing too. I don't understand how people are like, just don't say anything. Just don't feed into the bullshit. It's like, guys, do you understand, like, a conflict delayed is a conflict multiplied? Sometimes you've got to insert yourself. Sometimes I've said this before, you have got to stand up and you have got to say something back. And if you see people bullying other people into submission, that's when you stand up and you say something, right? So now I was at the subject of all this bullshit, and I'm like, okay, and I apologize because I'm a little bit, charged up today. So I apologize for cursing so much. But, I found myself at the subject of their, BS, started to do loose digs, post these screenshots, all these pictures of me, private information. Are you kidding me? And basically, accusing me of being nefarious with my counter-trafficking movements, my counter-trafficking efforts. And so, with everything that I'm building with Counter-Trafficking Alliance, like, you can come after me and it's fine up to a certain point, but even if they just came after me, I would have still defended myself. But the fact that I have spent so many years in risking my life in cartel-run cantinas in Houston on the Ship Channel to outreach to sex workers, to try to get them, non-judgmental resources and safety, like if they wanted to be exited out that life, they wanted to get rescued. That was like some heavy stuff that I went through, like a few years ago, volunteering at safe houses, being on the streets, going to the border. Like, these people, how do you even fathom? And I'm sorry, I'm not sharing much news tonight. I'm going to share some trafficking news, but I'm not going to share mainstream news. So they come after me after all of the work that I've done, try to slander my character and really go after me online with their thousands of followers, thousands upon thousands. I'm talking about, like, one has, I think, like 17,000, another has like 22 or 23,000. And so what happens when you don't nip this in the bud and you don't speak up, they're going to weaponize their following to believe whatever the hell they want to believe. So this whole belief of, Natly, just don't insert yourself into the drama. Sweetheart, the drama has found me. This drama has found me. So I'm supposed to just sit back and allow them to walk over me like a doormat and not defend myself and not defend all my efforts and my organizations and defend myself from slander and falsities and mischaracterizations. In fact, I have so much receipt and I have so much slander. I could walk to a defamation lawyer right now and I would have an easy case. Easy ass case, because I've got, like, you can see the back end of my phone. They think that, like, I'm running some, like, spoof account, which I'm not, but they think I'm running it. So they're naturally going after me and say, oh, you're running this and this and that. And, you're a nefarious in your organization and we question you and all these things. It's like how? Like, what is your basis of questioning me? And mind you, these are people who have not advocated for their time online, have not ever advocated for change in their local communities, in their local environments, in their local, everything. You haven't advocated for ministry. You haven't advocated for, volunteership or anything like that. But yet, you're going to come after me for my effort. I don't freaking think so, bro. I don't freaking think so. And here's the thing, like, I'm not a person to, like, retaliate nasty either. I'm not going to go and, do the same things that they did, which they doxed a lot of my information, currently standing. They doxed a lot of my personal information. They breached my privacy. I mean, like, who just goes into an old face? Like, I have an old Facebook and fine, like, that stuff is out there. But the fact that they weaponized my content to make me into some sort of character, I mean, they were really reaching for straws here. So my point being that people like that, haters, these are the haters that all of these motivational speakers talk about. Every single one of them, like, this is the very characteristics of haters that become jealous of, I don't know what, I don't make a lot of money. Like, Guys, I have to be honest with you. I'm on the verge of losing like a couple things right now. I have to be honest with you. I don't make a lot of money. I really don't. But somehow they have this constructed, fabricated idea that I have, I have become like rich or something. Like I have made so much money. I spent a lot of my retirement savings on stuff like this, on the sign, on the background, the lights. I've spent a lot of that risking it, knowing that it was a risk, and that if all of this was spent, there was no turning back. If this didn't work out, like there's no, like I'd have to get another job and rebuild my retirement. Guys, people don't see the grit of hard work. People don't see the grit of you climbing your own stairwell to success. People don't see that sometimes bills don't get paid. People don't see that people are actively calling me to catch up on things. People don't see those parts. But by all means, they want to construct their own narratives. They want to pull out confidential information. They want to dox people because they're rotten, because they have rotten, ill hearts and souls. And people are blinded to follow these people and go with their narratives. You understand? When we unwire from mainstream media, for instance, we unwire, we don't listen to, CNN or MSNBC or things like that, right? We don't listen to them anymore. But somehow people, they still want to get fed their news. So they go to alternative platforms. Either they'll go to alternative news like OAN or America's Voice or whatever, Newsmax, or they'll digest their information from accounts that post headlines and post, news cycles, So when they come to alternative news like that, they rewire themselves to believe everything that is said to them. So thus, they go to these accounts, they're wired in, and they believe absolutely everything that's being said. And it could be even defamatory and slanderous. And that is exactly what happened, because these little accounts, they make these little screenshots, they make little rectangles and arrows and act as if they're doing a dig, and it looks glamorous and it looks charming, but it isn't anything of any matter. So I just wanted to vent here. And I just wanted to say, stand up for yourself. You don't have to retaliate nasty. You don't have to dox people. You don't have to, call them slanderous, ugly cuss word names. You don't have to do any of that. But there's a way to stand up for yourself. There's a way to stand up for people who are being bullied. There's a way to stand up for people who a lot of other people are scared of. And I implore you to do it. I had to do it today. I had to. Because they were going after my character. They were going after absolutely everything that I have worked for. And they were trying to take me down actively. 100%. They were trying to take me down. And so I said, not today. Absolutely not today. You're not going to do it to me. I'm going to come out with the receipts. I'm going to come out with the truth. And here's the thing about these people. They're not that smart, because if they saw any of my bit of my work, they would know that not only do I tell the truth well, but I break it down real easy for people to understand. So they messed with the wrong person. And I got another trick up my sleeve. If they continue to do this. It's 2 accounts on Instagram. I don't even want to name them. It's 2 accounts on Instagram, and they're following their harem of people. And you can even see that these, even the chicks in this movement, they have become very jealous. They have tried to make me as if I look like a certain, I don't know, but they're just envious. And that's the thing. So anyway, haters will always be at a different topography. Haters, think of it like this. I think I heard this from TD Jakes one time. Long time ago. I know what he's about now, but he says some really, really, really good stuff. But the topography of a hater and someone who's a doer is different. think of it like the doer is a giraffe. So the giraffe is up here. Actually, I'm gonna go over here. The giraffe is over here eating the treetops, right? The giraffe is up here eating the treetops because the giraffe has a long neck. They're at a different topography. They can see the leaves. They can eat it, all these things. Now, here's the turtle eating the grass, right? Eating the grass. I'm the turtle right here eating the grass. Now, the turtle and the giraffe topographies are different. So when the giraffe is eating at the tops, he's saying, hey, this is great stuff. This is all this tastes great. And the turtle's like, nah, that don't taste great. Like this, all you need is down here. Why? Because the turtle's topography is different from a giraffe topography. A giraffe can only have a high viewpoint versus a turtle will forever have a low viewpoint. You get it? So this is why these people, it's a topography way of thinking. These people don't have the high way of thinking. They don't have that. And so they have to stoop low to tear other people down. Gary Vee said it best in one quote. He said, you can either have the tallest building in the city by building it or by tearing everybody else's down. Sure did. And guess what? I'm not going to be the tallest building because I'm going to tear everybody down. I want more people up with me. I want more people starting podcasts. I want more people starting products. I want more people starting their own businesses and merchandise. I want people to start their own Target. I want people to start their own Walmart. I want people starting their own Amazon that are, God-believing, fearless patriots. Why can't we build our own? Because we have little topographic viewing people who are down here who can't have a high viewpoint the way a doer will. So that's my rant. I just had to rant. I'm going to get to the news. I have a few trafficking articles that I do want to go through with you guys. But, I just wanted to address, stop being afraid. Stop being afraid to stand up to people. It's including if you're in the Patriot community. If you're in the Patriot community, Stop being fearful, especially with other people who want to degrade other people. All right. So let's go to the news. This is now the Daily TrafficK, where I bring you the latest in human trafficking news. All right. So this is kind of a gross story here. A Louisiana man, this is coming from 𝑊HNT.com, a Louisiana man who hired babysitters to change his diaper and treat him like a child, arrested on human trafficking charges. Yeah, it's very strange. A 31-year-old Louisiana man has been arrested on human trafficking charges after police say he posed as a young man with special needs and then hired babysitters to change his diaper and treat him like a child. Rutledge Diaz, that's his name, Rutledge Diaz, the fourth of Metairie, was arrested Thursday following an investigation into some text messages he allegedly sent to scam victims. In the message, according to the state police, Diaz, indicated that he was engaged in alternative therapy and offered to pay the victim to change his diapers. As part of the investigation, police said detectives learned Diaz attempted to recruit the victim to solicit other babysitters to care for him. Following a warrant, police said Diaz was located at his home in Metairie and placed under arrest. He was booked into Jefferson Parish Correctional Center on one charge of human trafficking and attempted human trafficking. Police also charged him with 4 counts of probation violation. Police said that the investigation remains ongoing with the possibility of additional victims. They are asking anyone suspected of being a victim of Diaz to contact detectives at 504-310-7000. Now, a lot of people, I've posted this on my Instagram account on the Daily TrafficK. If you guys are not on Instagram, get there and follow me there. But yeah, okay, so someone was very confused as to why this was human trafficking. So let me just kind of explain my take on it, why I think that, and by the way, this is really disgusting that this guy did this. So let's just go over some highlighted details. So this man, he scammed victims into thinking that he was special needs. So that's fraud and coercion. And by doing so, he made them change his diapers. So, with that, he was cognizant of what he was doing. And in a way, he was kind of frauding them into doing it as laborious trafficking in a way. So I know that this is a weird form of human trafficking. And I know that, there's some loose means to understand this point. But that's my take on it. And that's how I could see where it's human trafficking, where there is fraud and coercion, but he actually kind of enforced some sort of labor. That's how I see it. So you guys are wondering how that is human trafficking. That's how I see it. All right, where's my other story? I had another story. Let me see. Here we go. All right, next story coming out of Michigan. There was a police bus. I'm sorry, there was a child trafficking bust. Police arrest 6 men and 2 child trafficking busts. Through a mutual effort and on 2 separate occasions, authorities arrested 6 men who each individually came to 𝘿𝘂𝐿 County area to allegedly have sex with children. In August, Genesee County Sheriff Christopher R. Swanson visited the Big Rapids area to lead a news conference about child trafficking in Michigan and details on a then recent sting in 𝘿𝘂𝐿 County. Swanson briefed the press on Genesee Human Oppression Strike Team, GHOST, which uses a number of undercover officers online pretending to be underage children in order to catch predators. Together, Swanson and the 𝘿𝘂𝐿 County Sheriff Brian Miller worked together to perform a sting operation locally in July. As a result, as of July 15, 2021, sting 3 men were arrested: Quinley Rasselman of Big Rapids, Sonaj Azard of Grand Rapids, and Joshua Jeffrey Webb of Lakeview. In connection to those arrests, authorities alleged all 3 men came to 𝘿𝘂𝐿 County area looking to have sex with the 14 to 15-year-old girl. All right. Now, this next article, it affects a form of, preventing human trafficking, human smuggling. This is actually coming from 𝘏𝘶𝘬𝘢11. So, this is a strange story. I don't know how this is so, but some National Guardsmen deployed at the border experiencing pay issues. The Texas Military Department acknowledged the issue and said it was affecting about 150 service members. The Texas National Guard have been on the border for more than 9 months as part of Operation Lone Star to combat what Governor Abbott has called a rise in human trafficking. Some of those guardsmen said that they aren't getting their full paychecks. Operation Lone Star kicked off in March by Texas Department of Public Safety and Abbott. Says Abbott, quoted, "These sites are a direct result of President Joe Biden's reckless open border policy." Okay, first of all, I just want to say something really quick. Let me just put in my 2 cents. Okay? This is not just, I'm not defending Biden at all. Not at all. I'm not defending Biden at all. I agree this is part of his, whatever it is to allow all this open porous borders at the southern border. But what the comment that I want to make, being from Texas, is Abbott, hello, what are you talking about, sir? Because you have been in office for the past 6 years. You have had the biggest, border advocates to vouch for a border and building a border, but all of a sudden it's like, it's Biden's fault. But he has had the support ever since he was in office. So I don't know what this governor is talking about. You know what I mean? Like, let's be fair. He's had all the time in the past 6 years to secure the borders and did not. All of a sudden he wants to talk all the smack. Okay, I know a lot of people are going to be conflicted on Abbott, but we got to be real, okay? And then he says, a service member says, Abbott says, Abbott said the cartels ramped up in human trafficking and drug smuggling. The new operation put hundreds of Texas National Guardsmen on the border, but some said they are having issues with their paychecks. I've been part of the military family for my entire life. I've never been more frustrated, more disappointed in the military leadership than I have with what's going on right now. The wife of one service member told 𝘏𝘶𝘮𝘢 11 News she asked not to be identified. She said her husband is only getting about 75% of what he's owed. He's not being provided pay stubs, so he has no real way to track on how that's being calculated. That's really weird how that's being calculated. He knows he's missing some of it, but as far as what the exact amount, he has no idea because there's no accounting paperwork that comes with his paycheck, she said. In a statement, 𝘏𝘶𝘮𝘢 11 News, the Texas Military Department confirmed the problem. There's approximately 150 service members experiencing pay issues. These pay issues are primarily systems and administrative errors, and we're working directly with the comptroller's office and each individual service member impacted to correct each one. Additionally, our agency has a robust support program available to all service members and their families, designed to provide needed resources during difficult times and can help support service members experiencing system-constrained pay delays while the issues are being fixed. But the wife said that she just wants answers. He's really not being told anything other than what is coming. As far as a timeline, as far as being provided some sort of paper trail, as to what he should be getting paid, he's not being given anything, she said. The Texas Military Department provided more information on what they're doing to fix the issue. They say, our service members and their families come first, and we're dedicated to fixing these issues. For all impacted service members as quickly as possible, our agency has a hotline set up specifically to enable service members the ability to make a direct call in order to address pay issues. Additionally, we have a staff section dedicated to daily pay input and validation, and we have trained representatives in each region our border task force supports, working to ensure expedited delivery of pay to forward deployed service members. That's really weird to me, guys. You guys chime in the comments and let me know what you think about that. That's just very, very weird to me that all of a sudden we would be, missing that sort of support for service members out there. I don't know, it just seems a little fishy, especially out on the border. I mean, it just plagues me because, they're already trying to diminish, or not trying to, let me say, allegedly, it seems to be that there's an agenda to diminish the task force out there, the Border Patrol that have actively been out there, veteran task force who have been out there for years. And all of a sudden, all the seniority is leaving the Border Patrol. There seems to be something very nefarious and intended on allowing this sort of stuff to, happen. But, that's my opinion. Joanne said, same playbook as Canada, Australia, Britain, Europe. No real help from the Fed government except for checks to stay home and screw over the economy. Yeah, that's what it seems to be. That's what it seems to be. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I know this was a form of a little short on my time today. I started a little late. But I hope you guys have a great night. Thank you so much for staying up with me on Nightly with Natly, as well as the Daily TrafficK, to see the news. I really appreciate you guys and your support. I really thank you so much for, just loving me and supporting me. It really does a great deal for me. It really, really does. So thank you so much for that. And I appreciate everything that you stand for. Keep learning, keep listening, keep fighting, keep standing up out there. I cannot implore you enough. And guys, I hope you have a restful night, and I will see you tomorrow on another Nightly with Natly, as well as the Daily TrafficK. You guys have a great night. Bye, guys.
Thank you so much for tuning into Unravel with Natly Denise. Please give this podcast 5 stars.